The 7 levels of Jaguar cars explained. Level 1. X-Type. Jaguar built a luxury sedan on a Ford Mondeo platform and expected people not to notice. The X-Type is what happens when a legendary British sports car manufacturer gets bought by Ford and accountants start making decisions. It's front-wheel drive based with optional all-wheel drive, which means it's fundamentally a Ford wearing a Jaguar costume and hoping nobody checks underneath. Ford wanted Jaguar to compete with the BMW 3 Series and Mercedes C-Class, so they took a Mondeo, stretched it slightly, added wood trim and a Jaguar badge, and called it luxury. The result is a car that fools absolutely nobody. The interior has Ford switchgear everywhere. The driving dynamics feel exactly like what they are, a Ford trying to be something it's not. The engines are weak, the styling tries too hard to look like a shrunken XJ, and the whole package screams I wanted a BMW but could only afford this. The X-Type sold to people who wanted a Jaguar badge without understanding what Jaguar was supposed to represent. It's the participation trophy of luxury sedans, proof that you can ruin a brand's reputation by chasing volume over prestige. Jaguar spent decades building elegant, powerful, beautifully flawed British machines, and then they built this, a front-wheel drive sedan that shares parts with the Ford Focus. The X-Type is an embarrassment, a mistake that damaged Jaguar's credibility for years. This is what selling out looks like. Level 2. S-Type. The S-Type was Jaguar's attempt to recapture the glory of the 1960s by copying the styling of their classic sedans and building it on a Ford DEW platform shared with the Lincoln LS. The retro styling looked okay in photos and dated the moment it hit showrooms. Those round headlights, that chrome grille, those proportions, it all screamed we're trying to remind you we used to be great. The interior was a weird mix of traditional wood and leather with Ford parts bin switches that constantly reminded you this was a parts sharing exercise, not a genuine luxury car. The early V6 models were underpowered and uninspiring. The V8 versions were better but still felt like they were trying too hard to be something they weren't. The handling was soft, the steering was numb, and the whole experience was forgettable. Jaguar built the S-Type for people who remembered when Jaguars were special but didn't care enough to buy an actual classic. It's automotive nostalgia without substance. Retro styling wrapped around corporate platform engineering. The S-Type looks like a Jaguar from 30 feet away and feels like a Ford the moment you open the door. It sold decently because people wanted to believe Jaguar could recapture their magic. They couldn't. The S-Type proved that copying your past doesn't recapture it. It just reminds everyone how far you've fallen. Level 3. XE. The modern XE is Jaguar's attempt to fight the BMW 3 Series and Audi A4. And it loses that fight before the first punch is even thrown. It's fine. That's the worst thing you can say about a Jaguar. It's fine. The styling is inoffensive, the interior is adequate, the engines are sufficient, and the whole package is completely forgettable. This is Jaguar building a car by committee, chasing competitors instead of defining their own path. The base engines are weak. The interior quality doesn't match German rivals. The infotainment system is frustrating. The rear seat space is tight. The reliability reputation scares away anyone thinking rationally. What does the XE offer that a 3 Series doesn't do better? Nothing. Absolutely nothing except a different badge and worse resale value. Jaguar used to build cars that were flawed but beautiful, fast but unreliable, special despite their problems. The XE is none of those things. It's a competent sports sedan that offers no reason to choose it over established competitors. It's boring, which is the worst sin a Jaguar can commit. The XE exists because Jaguar needed an entry-level sedan to compete in a segment where they have no business being. It's a car for people who want a Jaguar, but don't understand why Jaguars used to matter. Before we hit level 4, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. We're about to meet the Jaguars that actually remember what British sports cars are supposed to be. Level 4. F-Type V8R. Finally, a Jaguar that sounds like a Jaguar should. The F-Type R packs a supercharged 5.0-liter V8 making 575 horsepower, and the exhaust note is absolutely demonic. Flames shoot from the exhaust on overrun. The supercharger whine mixes with V8 thunder to create a soundtrack that makes Ferrari sound polite. This is Jaguar remembering they're supposed to build cars that stir emotions, not just transport people efficiently. The styling is gorgeous, low, wide, aggressive without being overwrought. The interior finally feels properly luxurious with quality materials and actual craftsmanship. The driving dynamics are sharp, the steering communicates, and the whole car feels alive in ways the XE never could. 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds means the F-Type R is properly quick, not just fast for a Jaguar. It's not perfect. The infotainment is still frustrating. The reliability concerns are real. The trunk space is laughable. But the F-Type R is a proper Jaguar sports car. Beautiful, fast, dramatic, and flawed in ways that somehow make it more endearing. This is Jaguar building something special instead of chasing BMW's homework. The F-Type R proves Jaguar still knows how to make your heart race. Level 5. XJ Modern. The Modern XJ is Jaguar's flagship sedan done right. Aluminum construction makes it lighter than rivals. The supercharged V8 makes it faster than it has any right to be. The styling is sleek and modern without abandoning Jaguar's design language. The interior wraps you in luxury that feels British instead of German. More character, less clinical precision. The XJ doesn't try to out BMW or out Mercedes. It does its own thing with style and confidence. The ride quality is exceptional, soaking up rough roads while maintaining composure through corners. The steering is accurate. The performance from supercharged models is genuinely impressive. This is a proper luxury sedan that offers a real alternative to German dominance. Jaguar built the XJ for people who want luxury without conforming to what everyone else is buying. It's distinctive, elegant, and properly quick. The XJ proves Jaguar can compete at the highest level when they focus on what makes them special instead of copying others. Level 6. E-Type. Enzo Ferrari called the E-Type the most beautiful car ever made, and he wasn't wrong. When the E-Type debuted in 1961, it redefined what a sports car could look like. That long bonnet, those covered headlights, those curves. The E-Type is rolling sculpture that happens to go 150 miles per hour. Every line is perfect, every proportion is exact, and 60 years later, it still makes modern sports cars look derivative. The 3.8-liter inline-six produced 265 horsepower, enough to make the E-Type the fastest production car you could buy in 1961. Independent rear suspension was advanced for the era. Disc brakes all around were still rare. Jaguar packed genuine supercar performance into a package that cost a fraction of what Ferrari charged, democratizing exotic car ownership. The E-Type is flawed in ways that make it more human. The electrical system is temperamental. The cooling system struggles. The Lucas Electrics are legendary for all the wrong reasons. But none of that matters when you see one. The E-Type is automotive art that changed how the world thought about sports cars. Every GT car built since owes something to the E-Type's influence. This is Jaguar at their absolute creative peak. Level 7. D-Type. The D-Type won Le Mans 3 times in a row from 1955 to 1957, establishing Jaguar as a racing powerhouse. This wasn't a road car modified for racing, it was a purpose-built race car designed to win the world's most important endurance race. The monocoque construction was revolutionary. The aerodynamic bodywork with that distinctive tail fin was designed in a wind tunnel when most manufacturers just guessed at shapes. The 3.4-liter inline-six produced around 250 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much until you remember the Type D weighed barely 2,000 pounds. Disc brakes gave it stopping power rivals couldn't match. The streamlined body achieved speeds over 170 miles per hour on the Mulsanne straight, dominating Ferrari and Aston Martin year after year. Only 71 D-Types were built. Original examples now sell for tens of millions at an auction. The D-Type isn't just Jaguar's greatest achievement. It's one of the most important race cars in motorsport history. It proved British engineering could beat Italian passion and German precision. It established Jaguar as legitimate supercar builders, not just luxury sedan manufacturers playing with sports cars. The D-Type is where Jaguar legend was forged. This is racing royalty. This is the GOAT. So which level Jaguar are you choosing, and are you brave enough to deal with British car reliability? Comment below, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more automotive rankings that prove some brands peaked decades ago.